All right, my Infinite family. Welcome to the third episode of the Infinite Podcast. My name is Miguel. I'm one of your co-hosts, and over here we have Lovely.
Elisa, your other co-host.
And today we're talking about just our cultural differences. Not differences per se.
Just our cultures.
Yeah, our cultures, just where we came from, basically.
Getting a little bit into our
and
roots.
And our, just like how we grew up in general, like.
So
Or differences between this society, I would say.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah. I would definitely say so. So I'm Ecuadorian.
And I'm Dominican.
And Miguel is Mexican.
And Solano's Mexican.
Solano's Mexican. Oh, shit. And Solano's Mexican.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
I don't know why I was like...
We're all human.
we're all one human race.
We're all one race.
But we're all Latinos, which is also
That's true.
pretty cool.
First generations for all around. We're all first generations. So.
First generation, that's true.
Yeah.
What's considered a first generation?
You know, I had to look that up because I was really confused
Mm-hmm.
because I thought first generation was like you have to be the first one that came from a foreign country.
That's what I thought it was.
But
I thought it was like it's like interchange. I think it's kind of like both. Like either you were the first generation of your family to be born here, or you're like the first generation of your family to get here.
Yeah. So so it's both. Yeah.
Yeah.
So technically, you're either the first one from your family to get here, or you're a child of one first generation. So if your dad came here, like my dad came from Mexico, my mom was American.
You would still be
I'm still
considered
first generation.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
because my one of my parents is first generation, so I'm still considered first generation. So if your parents are from the United States, they're born here, even though your grandparents came from.
Yeah, you're second generation immigrant.
You're second generation
You're not-
automatically. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you're
I'm a
from
first
here.
generation.
We're first generation.
And my son's technically first generation.
Yeah, your
That
son
is
is
true.
technically
Yeah.
first generation.
That
yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I was gonna ask you guys like what were like because okay, being born here I know is different than like coming here, and like I was wondering if there was any culture shock for either of you. I know Solano, you came really young, but Miguel, you came when you were 13. Did you have
True.
any culture shock when you got here?
The first thing I noticed, literally the first thing I noticed is that all the sidewalks were the same size.
This guy.
And they were all organized, and all the blocks were a
That's true, though.
certain size and dispersed, and all the streets led into another avenue. It was not a lot of dead ends,
So infrastructure.
and the infrastructure was set up,
Infrastructure,
organized in an organized manner, like it's a grid system. You know how like in New York it's a grid system, so you can even count the avenues by numbers.
Right.
Over there, bro, you like the road is narrow.
Then it's
Like,
wide.
Then
There's
it's a
no
dead
road,
end.
there's no
no
road.
like then it's just houses. The road is it's not even a road anymore. It's
Mud,
just like
mud,
just dirt,
Dirt, yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Like it's the sidewalk is no sidewalk anymore.
Un
Like
camino. Es una ruta, un camino.
yeah, un camino. That's just it's not even a road anymore. It's the way. It's
the
just
yeah,
a way.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. That's true.
Well, that reminds me of like whenever I go to Ecuador, it always like really surprises me how they make these roads because like obviously we're like located through the Andes, right? Like the Andes go through the
Yeah.
country. So people have to like build roads and like highways around the mountains. So there aren't really like any like major or like the highways are a lot smaller and they just carve them around and you
Okay.
have to go twisting and turning throughout
Yeah.
all these mountains.
I wonder if
That's
it's like Puerto Rico because when I went to Puerto Rico they had like that one road that goes all around the island, but then they have like the little roads that are in between the mountains.
Yeah.
So you're like going up and down and swerving like that. Is that how it is?
Puerto Rico actually was like a very interesting blend of both Ecuador and like the United States,
Okay.
and that like it had its major highways, but it also has those like winding and
Yes.
turning roads and stuff like that. So that's like a pretty good comparison. It's kind of like an in between the two.
Okay, those are some scary mountain roads, man. You don't think the road's gonna end. Like, you just get consumed by the trees, because you can't see outside.
There's no visibility.
There's no
Yeah.
visibility. It's just
Yeah.
a road and trees. So.
Did you
Yeah.
get any like culture shock with like how people were though? Because okay, I was never like not that like I came here and like I experienced that kind of culture shock, but I remember when I went from going to school in a really small Catholic school and then I moved to East Brunswick, which was, instead of being my small Catholic schools like majority Hispanic, I went to like a public school in East Brunswick, which was like majority white kids. And it was like, my class went from being like 20 kids to being like 800 kids.
Yeah, East Brunswick is huge.
East Brunswick is huge.
district.
So
Huge district.
I remember.
That's when you got pushed to the real world.
Yeah, I was like, damn, this is so overwhelming. But I remember I got to my first class. I got to my first class, and the kid in front of me was talking about how they were smoking cigarettes.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, that was like culture shock to me, because I came from like a very sheltered Catholic school to like all of a sudden, like, the kids were smoking cigarettes. The kids were low-key giving hand jobs. Like, the kids were doing, like, weird things. You know what I mean? Like, it was just a huge transition to me. So I was wondering if you experienced anything like that, especially you came when you were, like, 13.
That's interesting you say that. I feel like me, personally, have had a really unique uprising in the art. I haven't had the average uprising.
Upbringing?
Upbringing of an average uprising.
Taking over the world.
I'm trying to choose like complicated words and shit. But yeah, I was really sheltered as a kid, you know? Because growing up, my parents were, my dad specifically really struggled in his life in the arts. So he really didn't want me to go through the same struggles. So he was just trying to position my life in a better socioeconomic place, you know? And so from the beginning, I was sent into a private school in which all the kids, most of them spoke English a little bit.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I was kind of, so since the beginning and my cousin at the time, my immediate cousin, came from New York and moved back to DR. And so, and he was like, what, 14 at the time? So he already came in with all his American music, like with Linkin Park, Nas. I was listening to everything from Linkin Park, Nas, Nicki Minaj, Eminem, everything.
Yeah.
Just early 2000s, and I fell in love with it because at the time I was getting
to this day, before we started recording, you were like, I love early 2000s.
Yeah, bro, he was my foundation, and I fell in love with those little American culture aspects that it made me not really associate with the Dominican culture at the time.
Okay.
Mainly because over there, I feel like kids, they just grow up so fast.
Really?
They grow up hella fast. Like, too fast. Like, they start talking about hand jobs and bullshit, like, around when you're, like...
like, your experience.
When you're, like...
In teens.
Not even. Before that, like, 12.
Damn.
11, 12, 13. Already. Like,
Yeah.
And I was thinking about, like, Power Rangers and shit. Like,
You're like, I'm a late bloomer. Let me play with my fucking toys.
Facts.
Well, I'm going to New York.
Now,
New York.
in the beginning, I went to a private school, which I was a little sheltered. But then...
When you came here?
Before.
Oh, okay. When you
I-
lived in the
in
DR,
DR.
you went to a private school.
But
That
all
makes
the way
sense why
until...
that's why you don't have that accent when you speak English.
Little bit.
So you like, yeah.
But then the thing is that shit started going to shit. Shit hit the fan for my family.
Okay.
And so I saw my dad not being able to pay rent, lose both of the cars. So we're going to school on foot at this point. And then I got switched to a public school.
Okay.
For the last 2 years in DR. And that was the biggest switch. That was like when I really saw what DR was really about.
You're like DR.
This is real DR. Like, it's not a private school with kids that speak English and probably have visas. This is kids that are not going nowhere. This is DR. This is their place.
Yeah.
So,
Where in the DR did you live?
in Santo Domingo, the main capital.
Oh, okay. You lived in the capital. Okay.
Yeah, so I lived in the city. That's another thing. And DR, the main city of DR, it's so big. It's like almost as big as New York.
Yeah.
Like the Bronx and all the boroughs. Just as big. But it's not as dispersed because like there's like bridges and rivers that are like separating New York. Because New York is kind of like an island. No, that shit, the whole city is part of the island, you know?
Okay.
And so it's like the whole city is a big ass fucking neighborhood, you know? Okay. It's you can just go on and go on and go on and keep seeing just buildings and buildings and buildings for so long. And their buildings are not necessarily big or tall. They're just houses, you know? It's hard to explain. So I'm in a public school at this point, and I'm learning what's a condom, you know?
Oh,
I'm learning what a condom is and shit. And
you're like, I'm 11.
yeah. Meanwhile, all these other kids are actually losing their virginities. Not even losing their virginities. This is like normal practice, like getting head, and at the bleachers in school and bathroom. Like this is nothing.
So it's
This
not
is
too, it's not too
and
different.
to me, like
too different from America.
Yeah.
the only thing that was different for me in my perspective is that when I got here, so I was getting bullied in the art. You feel me?
Okay.
When I came here, it was the same shit, different language.
Okay.
You feel me? I was getting bullied over here too. But what I saw differently, because over there in the art, I was getting shocked and getting awakened to sexuality and sexual things, you know? In the US, here is when I awakened to drugs.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
That's where weed and all these other things, mainly weed, was a thing. Because I didn't want to tap into any other things. Since I saw the repercussions.
You're
And
like,
just-
you're an after school special.
Yeah.
Like, what's that?
I saw that shit.
What's that green stuff?
Not, no, but I heard about it as like a really malicious thing. Like, oh, that's something like criminals, like bad people. Like
Right.
That's normal.
Oh, I realized that another big thing is that when I came here to the U.S., gangs were a big thing.
We're bigger over here.
Yeah, in schools. Because over there, because I guess
like cliques. Like cliques.
Yeah, because
Well,
like,
when you came here first, you lived in Atlantic City, right?
I live in a
Yeah.
I came straight to an AC, which is not like
Big difference.
Yeah.
It's still like by the water. and stuff like that.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
You're like, this is
Just a
only
little
a
colder.
marginal improvement
Just a
over
little
my
colder.
situation in
Just-
the DR.
So instead of getting bullied by like other Dominicans, it was just like
Everybody.
Honduran people and like white people and shit, you know.
Dang. So it's drugs that they got you into, huh?
Yeah, bro, that's when that's
so
where it taught me.
you went to high school here, not middle
Yeah,
school.
I did a little bit of middle school.
Okay.
I did like a little bit of 7th, I did 8th, and then I did high school here.
Okay.
So I came right in my developmental years, I would say, where
Okay.
I'm like, that's when you're becoming to grasp your identity, you know?
Yeah.
Like when you go into high school, that's like, this is who I am.
Yeah.
It's not a phase type of deal. So it was a big switch.
I still
because-
had mad phases in high school.
Yeah.
Speak for yourself. I was
But
gonna-
like you had natural faces. I
Yeah.
had immigrant faces, you know?
No, yeah, it's
I
true,
was
true.
I first had the, you can tell this motherfucker just came straight from the yard just by the
dressing-
clothes.
Yeah, the clothes. Yeah, you're like,
Oh,
Yeah.
that is funny.
You would go,
like,
yeah.
I may just got off the boat right
You
now.
you go through the grateful phase,
Chancletas.
which is like you're just happy to be here.
Okay.
You just they can give you anything, and you'll be like, what is this? Your serving sizes are so big. You're like, what? I'm paying so cheap to go to the movies and get this big ass thing. I can serve my cup. Because-
Everything
let me tell you,
amazing.
in DR, you buy yourself a cup of Coke, like a cup in a restaurant. That's it. You drink it. You gotta buy the next cup of
Yeah.
Coke.
Ain't
No refills.
no refills.
Ain't nothing, because you leave a fucking machine of Coke outside, that shit's getting stolen of its fucking resources by the second, bro.
They only do cans out there or
Yeah,
like
yeah.
bottles.
Yeah, only only
Yeah.
personal services.
That's funny.
Service.
Yeah. No, that's the
Yeah.
same way like in Ecuador. Like they also like another thing is like here you get tap water at restaurants. You can get like tap water that you don't have to pay for.
Yeah.
Like back in our countries, you can't really do that. They can only give you the bottled stuff.
You only want the bottle
Yeah,
stuff.
bottles.
You
Yeah.
don't want to drink from the tap water, because the tap water is only for you to shower, and that's it. Don't wash your dishes. Don't drink it unless you're from there. If you're from there, you just build different, literally.
You build
You
a
literally-
tolerance.
Yeah, you literally build different. Your bacteria in your gut can process it. I remember I almost caught a big disease from drinking water that I wasn't supposed to be drinking.
A big disease?
I don't know. I don't remember what it was. My mom was freaking out though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Some sort of like
Yeah,
Yeah.
some sort of fucking thing.
water bug,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah. It's so
Yeah.
easy to get it from water.
Because I remember. Now everything is coming back to me. I remember the way.
The trauma's going
I was-
away. I'm healing.
Can you imagine?
That's what it is.
I remember the way houses would obtain water is that a truck with a tank full of water would
Oh, yeah.
come
Okay.
in, and the water would always be dripping out of the truck.
Okay.
Always. And it would go into the house and open a hole on some sort of, not open, but like the house on the side has some sort of hole in which
Okay.
they can come and dump the water into it, a cisterna.
Okay.
I don't know how to say that shit in English.
It's plumbing. It's like a plumbing.
It's like a plumbing thing. So you dump all the water there, and it's kind of like a service. I don't know if it was a private company or it's a governmental thing.
Okay.
Government thing.
And that's the water for the week.
That's, I guess, I don't know for how
it
long, but
yeah.
that's your water for that time.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember how much.
That's crazy, and it's crazy because you would have to obtain. You realize how much water is a resource.
Oh yeah. That's what you need.
Yeah.
How much needed. It's needed because I remember being sent to across the street to get water gallons.
Okay.
For anything, like all the time we were running out of water. It's not something that you can just like, oh, I'm thirsty and just open the tap. No, like you gotta make sure you have water in your fridge, just like you gotta make sure you have milk in your fridge. You feel me?
Did you guys ever get your electricity cut?
All the time.
Yeah, that used
All
to happen
the
in
fucking
Ecuador
time.
too.
You would hate you, and it doesn't even matter if you paid for it.
Yeah, I
your
know.
shit is still getting cut for like economic reasons. Like they're trying. The plan is not and like big enough or strong enough to support enough electricity for the whole country.
The grid,
So they gotta
the grid can sustain it.
Yeah. No, because that used to be a thing. I remember it doesn't happen anymore in Ecuador and where my grandma lives. But when I was little and I would go to Ecuador, the first 2-3 times, so from the time I was like 7 to like 11, 13, you would have to, like, your electricity would just get cut randomly in the day. And it would be gone like 2-3 hours, 4 hours, sometimes 5, and then they'd bring it back. And you just never knew when they were going to take it away and bring it back. You just had to like wait around, which is crazy.
The worst part is when you're showering, chilling, and then
the water gets
boom.
cold.
Then the water gets cold and it's pitch black, and you're like, fuck. What? Se fue la luz. Or you're like, fuck. So then you
that you
gotta,
have to manually boil water.
Oh
or
my
shit.
goodness! You don't know how many times I burned my foot boiling water just to have a normal and like. You know, when you boil water to shower, it means that the hot water is not gonna come out of your shower head. So you're gonna have to scoop the water up and do it manually.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I know, that shit makes me feel awful.
Bro, it's a struggle. That's what you.
Yeah.
That's what you know.
Even here, I remember. Even like we were living in this house. We lived in an attic. And like for some reason, so something happened with the light company, PCNG. So I guess the lady that owned the house never told us that the meters were in the basement, and she was like renting out the basement, which she wasn't supposed to do because PCNG has to go and check our meter.
Yeah.
So for like 5 years we lived in that place, and they never checked our meters. So it came to a point that they gave us like a $5,000 bill. And they were like, well, we never did a meter reading, so this is like what you're actually owing us compared to what you were paying us.
That's on you, babe.
And
who told you not to do your fucking job?
Yeah, so they're like, no, we had a fight with the lady, the owner of the house. We're like, yo, you have to pay this because you're having people in the basement.
It's your fucking house.
Yeah, it's your house. And she was like, no, you guys got to pay it. So it got to the point where like we didn't pay it, so they shut off the lights. Damn. And like we didn't have no heat, no hot water, and no light upstairs, so that like we had to do that. Luckily we were able to like boil the hot water.
You had gas?
Yeah, we had gas at least, so we were able to like boil the hot water. Actually, no, we didn't even have gas. You know what we had to do? We had one window right in the middle of like where we live, that got sunlight.
No
so during
way.
the day, during the day, because our stove was electric. I remember now.
Oh, how would you guys cook then?
We did takeout.
For how long did you guys live like that?
For like a month or two.
Oh, and then you guys like moved?
Yeah, we were looking for a spot like immediately
Yeah.
after like the lady was like, "Yo, we're not
assholes."
Bro, yeah, we literally had to leave 2 buckets of water in the sun, like right in the sunlight of the house.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and that's how we got hot water.
Damn.
So I know the feeling. I know the feeling.
Yeah, you know that feeling. You're gonna need to go visit back home to get that experience.
You know that feeling.
Yeah.
It's crazy how in DR and third world countries in general, like you have luxuries which over here would be like it's just a given thing.
Yeah,
you're
it's
right.
just an amenity.
Yeah, you're right.
Like AC.
True.
Yeah.
AC.
Like, yo,
there's
I
no
got
AC.
AC in my room. Like, come over, girl. I got AC in my room.
I'll keep you warm.
I've
Yeah,
got
keep
central
it
air
cold. I
conditioning.
got AC in my room. Like, fuck you. Who doesn't have AC in the fucking room over here?
Miguel's
really
showing
need
up to
it.
dates. They're asking him what he's bringing to the table, and he goes,
The AC.
AC.
Mama, I got that central air and heat.
I got potable water.
I got
Unfiltered water.
I got a water filter at home.
You know, you can open your
What's it
mouth
called?
when you take a shower. You can
what's
drink
called?
it. It's okay.
I
You're
got
good.
I got a Brita.
Brita,
I
yeah, I got a
I got a
Brita.
Brita in the fridge.
My electricity
That's
doesn't
when-
get cut.
That's when you pull up with an electric stove and they're not ready for it. It's like, what the fuck?
I got an air fryer. That's when you know you're lecture right there.
That's
Yeah,
when
I got an air
that's
fryer.
when you blow their minds. Electrifier.
An air fryer. Yeah. How are your families back home though? Like that you know of. I know you visit your family.
Physically
I visit
or
my
like
family.
Like how
emotionally,
like cultural wise. Like
cultural wise.
are there more family around shit over there than over here?
I feel like it depends. I have a lot of family because your family can go on for so long.
yeah, when you're at home.
Yeah, at home. Like I bet I have so many cousins I don't know about in DR.
Yeah.
But
Do you
like
think-
most of the people that I talk to are over here.
But do you think family's closer? Like family is closer over there than here? Like
So one thing I will
Yeah.
say in Ecuador is that it's very customary for like the families to stay super super close to the point where, like, for example, my grandma in my dad's hometown, she owns a building, right? The bottom floor she rents out to a business. Then the next floor is her apartment.
Okay.
Then the floor above it is my uncle's apartment.
okay.
Then the apartment above it is supposed to be my dad's
She
apartment.
got a 4-story house. Bro.
Yeah, and then there's like another floor on top of that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so, and that's like very customary. Like your parents just like build a floor on top of their floor, and
The
then you guys all live together.
Physical generational. level.
Yeah, so
Physical
you guys, so you all like live together, and I have to say, like, in a way it's nice. In another way, it causes like a whole bunch of other
that drama,
problems
yeah. Well,
because it's like, okay, like. Who else has a bum uncle back at in the
yeah,
home
you know how it
country?
goes. Yeah, and then they
Yeah.
try to start drama.
They
Oh,
always
oh.
there's always like a bum ass
yeah.
uncle living back in the home country who doesn't know what to do with himself.
Like,
He
yeah.
can't hold down a job. He has 2 fucking kids. He doesn't pay rent because he lives in his mommy's house.
It's getting personal.
He like has all his meals down at her house. Like
But
he
it's-
doesn't pay for anything.
It's true though.
Sounds like a
Yeah, well,
nice life.
well,
Yeah, right? I'm like-
you know, but then they start drama because they're like, how come I don't get this? How come I don't get this? Because they think
Yes.
everything has to be handed out to them.
Yes.
They get mad jealous. Like, you know, the whole idea of like fighting over like, you know,
Property.
Terreno, yeah, like
Yep.
property.
Yep. That's
Yeah.
that's another thing. Oh my God. So like, okay, my grandfather passed away like 10 years ago now
Okay.
at this point. And like my dad is the only sibling out of the 3 that are still alive that ever came here.
Okay.
Like the other 2 stayed
Stayed.
back there.
Okay.
And so like obviously he's like making the most money out of all of
Yeah,
them.
of
Like
course.
that's just
Yeah,
the way
look,
it is.
You own land. You own money.
And it was always like an expectation, like for whatever reason, they like expect this man to like fucking be daddy for those 2 motherfuckers too, and it's like no.
Oh, so like when he croaks, he's gonna give this to
Yeah.
him, basically. That's
Yeah, like
that's
the idea was my
mentality.
grandfather passed away, so who's the new daddy is my dad.
Yeah.
And my dad's
Yeah.
like, I literally have 2 kids and a house and a wife here.
That's
Like,
right.
what are you talking about? I'm not gonna maintain your grown ass.
Yeah.
He's like not even the oldest sibling, but that's besides the point. And it's like funny because it's like both of his brothers are like educated, right?
Okay.
Like they both, like my father never got a college education or
Okay.
anything. Like he came over here when he was super super young.
Like, you got that hustle in
He
there.
got that
Yeah,
hustle in
it's
him.
into
That's how he's
the-
making that bread.
right,
But the
yeah.
other 2, like they got to, like one of them is a doctor.
Wow.
The other one has like a like legit degree. I don't know fucking what, but
Yeah.
like he has a legit degree. Like they could both get like easy white collar jobs. Like yeah, they're not making amazing money, but like they're making good money for over there.
over there, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's like it's really like I don't understand why you're putting it all on this guy. And now
Yeah.
they have this property in Ecuador that my grandfather left behind, where my uncle is trying to like it's split into thirds or
Yeah.
some shit.
Okay.
And so one of my uncles wants to buy my dad's third and the other brother's third, but he wants to like undersell them like by a lot. He's like basically wants them to give it to him for free, and they're like, we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
Why would you do that to your own family?
Because that's what happens. I'm telling you, that's how it is.
Dude, people get vicious.
Instead of like wanting to like buy it off your own fam, just like let's all pitch in, work together, and like make this into like.
Something like that, bro.
Something that grows into something else.
Yeah, like why are you being so difficult, bro? If you told me to put bread down there and you told me that you could manage it, I tell you, turn it into an Airbnb.
Yeah.
I'll put the money down for it. We'll split the profits 50-50 insofar as you do the man labor.
Yeah.
But it's like you can't even trust them because they get greedy with it. They get too greedy with it.
Start lying about the money.
Yeah.
When someone dies,
your own
they
fam,
all, bro. Your own fam.
Your own family is horrible.
That's why you gotta leave a deed. That's why you gotta.
Yeah, you gotta have that will written out.
Yeah.
Because even like it's like here too. Like people die and then they're like, "It's my house. It's my money."
Yeah.
Like they fight over like estates and stuff. It's worse over there because that's their ticket, man.
Yeah.
They wait for someone.
They're always looking for the next best thing.
Someone croak. They're like, "Who you leaving that land to? Who you leaving that land to?"
Damn.
Wow, man. Same thing with like funerals too over there. Like you're gonna bury somebody over there, you have to pay someone to take care of like their grave and stuff. I know in Mexico
that's true. I forgot.
Yeah, because like even though your own family is down there, won't take care of your own grave site. You have to go pay a stranger.
I don't believe.
like
leave me some shit for the other muertos. Come on.
Yeah.
Do you believe in having a grave site?
Nah, I think my whole family's been on the same side of that. Like, cause like, it's.
Once you're dead, you're dead. That's it.
It's that, and like the whole idea of like my cousin got killed when I was young here. He got shot, and they buried him right on 27. And like I always think about like Dan, like he passed away, and like I don't even know who visited
They buried him on Route 27.
Yeah, like the cemetery on Route 27.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's like local. So I'm like, I don't know if anybody visits him. Like I'm not close to my family, but I'm like, damn, like I wouldn't want my family have to go through like that ordeal of like going to find my grave. And like you know what I mean? Like just cremate me, have me right there, like a little.
I want you to have me right in your living room.
Yeah, right in my living room. Well,
one thing, because in Ecuador we have a like family tomb thing. You know what I mean? Like they have a little structure, they put in whatever. I don't think I want to be in it though. I don't know.
You don't want to chill with your dead relatives?
They got them all like okay.
But it's
on top of each other.
They have them in like multiples in like one slot. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I know they're
You're
cremated,
like in a cabinet,
but they're like literally, like they're stuffing as many ashes into one spot as possible. I'm like, you know, we can go somewhere else. Like not all of us have to go to this one spot.
Partying.
Like you guys can spread us out for a little.
Live together, you die together.
I think I actually would like to. I would like to get like cremated and turned into like tree compost or like turn into a tree.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
I like that.
I want to be into a fruit bearing tree though.
Yeah.
I want to give something.
Yeah, these nuts.
I want to give back to the community. He
Give
says.
back these nuts. Fucking time.
I feel like that's a new generational thing that like when you come, like I feel
Make
like
it functional.
there's still some old heads that like they be like when I die you gotta take me back to my country, bury me there. Like my dad was on that.
You know what's crazy? My grandfather died, and my grandfather was on that, and my mom was like, "You dead, bro." My mom straight up to my dad, my grandpa, like, once you're dead, we are gonna do what we want.
That's messed up though, low key, because that's someone's dying wish. That's someone's dying wish, man. Like you're like, yo, I'm dying, yo.
You're not here to hold me to it.
But my mom's mentality is like, you want me to risk all that shit that I came here for, all the shit that you fought for, just for you to complete your thing that you're.
That's the borderline, because like it's like the whole idea of like, where's your family? You get me? That's the thing. Because my dad and mom, they don't really have. My dad has family here, but we're not close. And then my mom definitely has no family here.
So they definitely want to go back.
So they are actually thinking of like leaving the country now. Like they're like we kind of like we don't really need to work. You know, we have nothing else. Like, you know what I mean? So they're like,
yeah, that's true.
And I'm like, I have no problem with that. But then they're like divided because they're like, well, our grandkids are here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I want to spend as much time with our grandkids and, like, be here physically after we pass away. So it's like you're in that borderline of, like, who you really dividing between, like, old family and new family. So you're like, I don't know.
When my grandpa died, he passed away, like, 6 months ago. Yeah, here.
Okay.
that became like a point of discussion for us because we were all thinking like, oh, what should we do? Like, so my mom said she sat down with my grandma and my aunt. The three of them sat down together. And my aunt was like, why don't we put him in the ocean? Like, put the ashes in the ocean. That way, like, anywhere there is water, he's kind of there.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, why don't we make him into a tree? I like that idea because my mom loves plants.
Yeah.
And then my grandma was like, no, I think he really wanted, like, an actual burial site. Like, I think he really wanted that. And then the question became, like, okay, should we bury him in Ecuador? Should we bury him here? And it was like, we knew that, like, he probably would have liked to be put with his mother back in Ecuador, but it's also like it would take too long for us to be able to organize that.
Yes.
Like we would want to do it the right way. Like we all take a trip out there and we all do it together. And it's like Ecuador right now is apparently really dangerous according to my mother. So she like doesn't want to go right now. So we ended up just putting him in a cemetery in the city, which is where my grandparents live. And that ended up being like appropriate and fine. But yeah, it's just like interesting. Those are topics of discussion that you don't think of having until
especially
like,
when
you're
you're
faced
like,
with
you
it.
have to have them.
Well, especially in the cultural setting of like here in like the United States, I'm sure it's different because like you're like everybody's from here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're like, you're gonna bury me
You
here.
die.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
they're like we just gotta find a cemetery and plan their funeral. When it comes to like immigrants and stuff,
You gotta send them back to the motherland.
You gotta send them back to the motherland.
Send them back to my roots, man.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I don't want to get buried in the soil.
I feel like you're part of the earth, Mother Earth, the whole planet. That's your thing.
What's that pride thing? You know what I mean? It's like
That is that pride
it's
thing.
like your home.
I'm Ecuadorian soil. What do you
like,
mean?
I grew up
Technically,
Ecuadorian
you were
dirt.
born here.
Yeah, I was born here.
But your
got
cultural is Ecuadorian. Like you still eat it.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I
Your
still,
soul.
yo, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
cultural
yeah,
Ecuadorian.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
representing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That is
okay, wait, different topic of discussion. Now you said you eat Ecuadorian food.
Yeah.
What's your guys' favorite meal from your respective countries?
Bro, so many.
Which one?
That's
So many. I have so many,
That's
bro.
tough.
You have so
I have
many.
so
Yeah,
many.
I understand why you have
But-
so many. Mexican food is
And the problem with Mexican food is that we're such a big country that like
so many areas have different cuisines.
different versions of
That's
it.
interesting.
Cause
Yeah.
I don't even know how to say this. The mother of my child, the mother of my child, her food is different than their how they what's something that they ate that pozole. So pozole is like that corn broth thing.
Mm.
So like her family eats it in like a way that's like more slushy, and they add the red chili afterwards, and it's very like not bland, but it's very simple, right? Well, where I come from, Acapulco, my mom makes it like the chunky ones. She adds like the hard tortillas, chicharrón. We have radish, lettuce, cheese, crema.
She's like,
hooks
my
it
baby
up.
mama was having the poor man's version of this
But
soup.
that's exactly their explanation is when I told them about it. They're like, yeah, you guys come from like, I guess a richer part of the country where you're able to like have these resources to add the extra flavor and ingredients.
Yeah.
While we come from the poorer side of Mexico where we're like, we have to simple stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like just tortillas, con frijoles,
Use less
stuff.
ingredients.
Yeah, less ingredients, less resources. So I'm like, that has to be something from all across, not just like Mexico, but all Latin America.
Yeah, no, it
You know what I mean?
absolutely is. Yeah.
Like, I'm sure like grilled chicken and rice is different from mine and yours. And
Yeah,
Miguel's.
no, it definitely is.
I feel like there's a lot of yuca used in
I
DR.
love yuca.
But I see, there's no yuca in my country. I never had yuca.
It's
like
a
that.
tropical thing.
There you go. So,
Yeah.
Yuca. It's
You
a
had
lot
yuca?
of.
I love yuca, yeah.
Like in
we
your
have
country?
yuca,
Yeah,
Yeah, we hook
Yeah.
it. We use it as a companion thing, like instead
For
of rice.
everything.
Yeah,
for
yeah, we
everything,
do
Yuca
too.
and like
I think my favorite dish has to be like enchiladas. Like enchiladas is like
I was gonna say
Yeah.
my favorite Mexican meal is
yo,
enchiladas
Mexicans
and
use
mole.
a lot of
Mole,
tortillas,
bro.
Mole
bro.
enchilada.
because that's a
Tortillas
resource.
are not a big thing in DR. It's
Yeah.
not really a thing. In
Well,
DR.
I think it's you guys have more
The
like
crops.
tree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's more plantains,
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, because you have more tropical
I've-
stuff. Yeah, well,
I've-
we get it from the ground, like
Yeah,
our
it's crazy.
beans. Watermelons
Yeah.
is a huge cultural thing for Mexicans. Like,
Yeah.
you get a Mexican dad at his own little farm. He's growing watermelons. I guarantee. He's growing watermelons.
For us, it would be like either a mango tree or a cherry tree,
Really? I didn't know you guys had cherries.
but not the cherries that you think. See, the thing is that the cherries from over here are not the same thing
Okay.
as over there. The cherries over there, they're not sweet at all. They're
Okay.
sour. And in fact, they taste better. Let me tell you, way better. Because the
I
one
got
I
it.
gotta look
Yeah.
this up because I
They're
never
sour
looked
'cause
Dominican
they're
cherry.
Dominican cherry.
and they're smaller, and they taste way better. They taste like an actual fruit. They taste like, and they're not sweet.
So they look the same?
No, because the cherries over here are a little darker, a little bigger, more juicier,
Malpica
more
and
meatier.
Marganita.
Let me
That's
see.
like that's a scientific name, I think, for it.
Let me see the
Dominican
We're
cerezas.
looking-
Oh, sí, míralo ahí.
Mira ahí.
Cerezas.
Míralo ahí.
Yeah.
Those are the best, bro. If you have a juice out of that, man, oh my god. It's such a-
Acerola.
Hmm?
Acerola.
Maybe. I've never heard of that, but it could be. It's an undescribable taste, I have to say. I never tasted the taste
You
of
have to
that
get that
fruit
for me.
ever. And I could only find it in New York in the Bronx. Once, like I saw it once when I was 14 out in the street once. I never seen it ever again.
That sucks
Yeah.
about like certain like countries like they are like you can't go anywhere and get authentic
The
food.
and you know what?
Yeah.
You know what kills me? You know what hurts me the most is that's one of the things that I used to be able to just
Pick off a tree.
pick off every time. I used to be able to pick it off every time on my way to school
School
every
stuff.
morning.
And now you can't do
I
it.
love
My
You
mom-
can't do- yeah, you can't
My
do it,
dad,
bro.
yeah, and I remember because I would walk with my dad, and my dad will always, because he's taller, he would always pick a few
Ranch?
from me and my sister on the way to school,
Okay.
and that's like damn.
Damn, now you don't have that.
Now I can't see no fruit
Culture shock.
ever.
Culture shock right there.
That
You
is
know?
culture shock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And fruit's like one of the main things because here's the thing, you have to have a balanced diet. You feel me?
Okay, but we were talking about what your favorite Dominican food
Yeah,
is.
what
We're
is
not
your
going into diet right
Yeah.
now.
That's
what-
true.
He's like,
yeah,
here we go. We gotta talk about the
it's like,
diet.
yeah.
No.
Well,
I'm
to cut
cutting
it
you off
short.
right
To
now.
cut it short, you need your fruits, and Americans don't eat fruit because there's
True.
no fruit to
It's-
eat
It's hard.
around.
It's
It's hard to
true,
get
yeah.
food. You have to like get them fresh, eat them there.
Yeah.
So what is your favorite dish? If you had to say.
Favorite dish? That's fucking hard. That's why I've been
Like,
trying to
I look at it like
I've been postponing
I
this
love
question.
tres
I don't know what
golpes. I love tres golpes.
Yo, that shit's
Oh,
good.
yeah,
That
the
shit.
What
best
is it?
fucking
That shit's
breakfast. Tres
fucking-
golpes.
But that's
You get mango, right?
Yeah.
Mango, Dominican sausage,
Okay.
right? Sausage.
Salami.
Salami. Dominican salami.
Okay.
You get the cheese.
the
and
white
then-
cheese and you fry it.
Yeah, they fry the cheese and then they top it with pickled onions. It's,
Really?
Yeah.
So good. It's
I gotta
so
try
good.
that.
Yeah.
Gas.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
I look at it as like your favorite
Pretty
meal would be like
basic.
after a long day, your mom's like, "What you want to eat?" and you get anything.
The thing is that
Sancocho.
that's a good one. But that's one thing that I would eat that my mom would make on special occasions, like an event. People are coming over, so it's served in a big pot,
Okay.
or like annual events, like close to Christmas and things like that.
Okay.
But I'm a bad person to choose because my mom is such a chef. Not to brag, that she would make a lot of things that the average Dominican
doesn't
wouldn't
have.
make.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know.
Because good.
She would make lasagna, which is like you would barely see a Dominican person
Yeah.
making lasagna and pasta and shit like that.
So she out here chefing.
Yeah, she out here chefing it up. She
Yeah.
made her own pizza, adding corn to the pizza, and I was
know how to
like,
use
damn.
the oven. I know how to
Yeah,
use the oven.
mom. So I always that's really really hard. But if I were to say, I mean, you can't defeat. It's pretty simple, but you can't defeat a fried fish that was caught right in front of you.
Bro.
That's a good one. That's a good
I
one.
get
A
shit-
fried tilapia.
Fried tilapia. It's so simple, but it
No,
was
it's
the
so
fact
good.
that it was caught right there.
And, cook it
And
right
it's
there.
so fresh, and you cook that, and you squeeze the lime right
there.
bro. The freshness
That's
in
fair.
it.
Okay, I get shamed sometimes for being from Acapulco and like not being big on the seafood.
On seafood, yeah.
I don't know, just
You should be
It's
ashamed.
in
yeah, I should. Yeah, my parents.
Yeah.
You see my dad eating like a whole fish fried with the bones still, like
Oh,
everything in
yeah.
it. He's like
Oh,
stripping
yeah.
it down,
I could live
No.
off the beach.
eat the eyeballs and everything.
Yeah.
I could be
Wow.
a pescatarian.
I
Easily.
could be pescatarian too.
So much good food. I feel like the I do remember the beaches down there, like the water and stuff. Cause I came here when I was 5, so there's still some memories.
That's the thing.
A core memory there was definitely going to school, and like I guess my parents would pay the lady across the street from the school, and she would make picadas fresh. So like for my lunch break, I would go to the lady and get picadas
That's
con
the
frío.
thing.
Hot beans, frijoles,
That's
and a
another
little bit of
thing.
cheese.
In DR, the lady, the school lunch lady would make the food there
Yeah.
for you. Like the empanadas that she would sell were fried that morning.
Yeah.
You feel me? After school, the lady that will hook you up with your after school lunch was like
She's cooking the whole
arroz, like
day,
rice,
the whole day,
beans,
Yeah.
spaghetti. Like
These
she's
kids
the
coming out of school.
like
You get a real
the
ass
kitchen,
dish, not
the
these
kitchen is
fucking
right there.
chicken
Like I
fingers.
can see the lady hooking it up at school, bro. Damn.
You're doing your homework and you're like,
Yo, facts.
you're like, yo, it smells good.
Do your homework. They sit you up with a mean plate. Because that's the thing about DR. We find food as a delicacy.
Okay.
Oh, and like a sense of like eating big portions is a sense. It's a way of showing status.
Okay.
Because bigger portions mean
More money.
money,
Yeah.
more resources. So they always yo, bro. Everybody is
Man, like, I'm a rich
everybody's
king.
so proud of
King.
having big plates. You feel me?
King.
And I can't. I was a kid. I was a petite kid. I could never finish my plate, and they would always pick me
I'm
up.
grateful.
Yo, no, but I was so much food.
But I gotta see,
I would try to do my homework after school, and then it would just, boom,
Big
put
plate.
this big ass plate of spaghetti and rice. Because
Spaghetti.
that's the thing. DR does not know about fucking balanced meals.
No.
They just give you carbs with carbs, spaghetti with rice and beans.
But that's
Boom.
Spanish.
I was
And you're
just
like,
saying, I feel
what?
like that's Latino
That's
in general.
Latin
Like,
America.
like
Spaghetti and bread.
too much rice is
Too
in
much
Latino
rice,
food.
too
Too much
tortilla,
Too much
carbs,
rice.
too much
bread.
too much wheat, too much.
Yeah. But that's
It's
how we
because that's
survive.
like stuff is cheap
Yeah.
and it's
it's
filling
tasty, bro.
and it's
That's
tasty.
how we
To be
survive
fair,
out here.
Yeah.
that's why everyone out there got diabetes.
Yeah.
Yo, and that's why I feel like a lot of Hispanics suffer from a lot of obesity, specifically first generations, because we come from the transition from not eating too much, and then coming over here
And
and eating a lot because of the amount of axes that you have, and it's not even good food.
True.
So you
Yeah,
just
it's not
fuck
fresh
it.
made.
No, so you just
Preservatives.
fucking yourself up.
I think we should all-
My favorite food is bolón de verde con chicharrón. It's basically like we
A lot
take
of it.
that's my favorite Ecuadorian dish. It's like more of a breakfast dish, but basically we take the plantain, we mash it up. Sometimes we mix peanut butter in with the plantain. We like put it in the food processor and it like mixes in, so that's kind of like a peanut buttery flavor. We put cheese in there, then we put chicharrón in there, and we make it into a big ball, and then you put a fried egg over it.
Wild.
Yo.
Yo,
It's
you
so
know-
fucking good.
You know what I
You
love?
know-
It's like the preparations.
I feel like you just gave me the pastel en hojas. That's the thing that I'm gonna say.
Pastel de qué?
Pastel en hoja.
Pastel and-
It's like pretty much a tamale, but instead of the outside portion, it's cooked the same way. Even like the same way as a tamal, but the leaf is not a corn leaf, it's a plantain leaf. Instead of being corn, the outside is like plantain. It's like actual plantain. And you fill it up with the same shit, but it's
It's like a tamale.
It's a
It's-
Dominican tamale.
Dominican tamale, pretty
It's
much.
Dominican tamale.
Pastel en hoja. It's
Oh.
Ecuadorians
fucking
also
good.
do tamales.
That's a thing all around the country, I think, or all around the world.
That's
sorry.
interesting.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
in Ecuador we do them with corn flour.
Yeah. Okay.
So instead of
Oh.
like, we use like cornmeal for it, I guess,
Okay.
and we stuff it with like pork, peas,
Oh, yeah.
you know, all that shit, like
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
eggs. We put so much shit in there, and then yeah, it's with the
There's
plantain
so
leaf.
much preparation.
Oh,
when it comes to-
pernil.
Pernil.
Oh
Bro.
my fucking god! But pernil. The thing is that I love the
Yes.
pernil because they would only make it around Christmas time.
Yeah.
For me. So
Bro,
I always have
That's like,
related.
yeah.
Yes, I always know that when pernil is out, it's fun
It's
time.
about-
You know, it's
bro.
party time.
That's our turkey.
That's
Yes,
turkey.
Bro,
yes,
pernil-
that's true.
Pernil.
Pernil has no heart, bro. Find
I
someone
love
to cook
pernil.
pernil for me. Love
Yeah,
it.
I'm so sorry for my fellow Islam brothers that can't eat pork or anything.
But I'm gonna be
Well,
eating that
but
pork.
I'm gonna be eating it for you, fam.
Yeah.
Pernil is- You're right. It is a holiday thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
That-
our turkey.
Yeah.
That's childhood right there. That's childhood. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. For
En
us,
guandules. Ooh.
atole and pozole are both Christmas and holidays because they just go in hand. I don't know why. Like rice pudding. It was rice pudding. Atole is rice pudding, really. It's like
Ooh. Habichuela con dulce.
con dulce.
It's bean pudding, but it's
pudding.
good. It's not pasty. It's like it's kind of like a milk. It's pretty liquidy,
Okay.
and it has the consistency of milk, and it's base of milk, but it has bean in inside.
Really?
A little bit, but it's basically tastes more like condensed milk,
Milk, yeah,
with
that makes sense.
cinnamon. It's really
Atole.
good.
That's what atole tastes like. It's just milk and cinnamon with
Yeah,
rice.
but
Yeah.
no, but
Or you use beans
mine
instead of
is
rice?
mine is the rice, and it's a little bit, just a tiny bit thick.
Okay.
It's good,
Yeah.
but it's only made during Christmas or
All right, this
around.
holiday we all gotta bring some dishes.
Yo,
and we're like, all right, we're gonna try.
Yeah,
it.
dude, we have to
We-
do
we
that.
like, yo,
Okay, I'm
Christmas
down.
special.
I'm so
I'm down.
I'm down.
down.
I'll
I
bring
gotta
you
tell
some
my mom,
atole.
like, Mama, eat.
Some tamales. My mom be wilding during the holidays.
Yes.
It's only like 5 of us. She's like, I'm gonna make
Yes.
food. Bro, like, I'm like, we better eat this
She
for
been
like the
hooking
next
her
3 weeks.
up. That's the thing, cause like in DR, back in our countries, when holidays is for everybody. Well, big house, like full house. Everybody's going to the family, so you gotta have it big then.
Hell yeah.
And so my mom still has that wired in her brain, and she
Yeah.
be making so much food for just the four of us.
Dude, I go to like sometimes whenever the times like I've been to like white people Thanksgivings, I'm always in awe at like you go like you see like the size of like the plates that they use for like everyone to eat from, and it's like a tiny bowl for this, a tiny bowl for that. I'm like, yo,
Appetizers.
Ecuadorians or like Latinos generally, we're doing trays.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Trays only, trays of
Trays.
rice,
Charrolas.
trays of pernil,
Charrolas.
tray of whatever the
What
hell,
is tra-
tray of
you're
lasagna.
Filipino.
It's all trays.
Oh my goodness.
Tray of salad. They do a whole
You
tray
know
of
it's
just
a fucking
salad.
party when you see the
I
fucking
love
aluminum
the
trays on the
yeah,
table.
yeah.
You see the
Yeah.
aluminum
Yeah.
trays on the table.
And then yo, take a plate, take a two. Take a plate, take a two. Two
Yeah.
plates, take 2 plates.
Make a
home.
line with your
Yeah,
cousins
yeah,
around the
yeah.
table. You're like, all right, get in line.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
Don't you love being a little kid and knowing you got the right of way? You're like,
Yes.
get the fuck out of my way. I'm gonna go get my
Kids
dish.
Kids go first.
Kids go first.
Kids
I'm the
go
kid.
first.
Fuck that.
Or when like you're about to eat, and then your cousin is next to you, like, wait, stop, and you gotta pray, and you're like, fuck, and you're just there, like, just waiting for the old head to do the prayer, and then the old head starts getting into it, like, and yes, Lord, and thank you, Lord, for this food. You're like, motherfucker, like, I'm just
Finish up, wrap it up.
yeah, we get you, we understand you,
I
fam.
have an appointment.
my stomach feels that gratefulness. You feel me? Like, hurry up.
Nah, man, you're right though.
Well,
honestly,
transitioning. Wait, honestly.
honestly, I don't know about religious purposes. We better long break, but my family's never been close to like that. Like, you know, like, oh, we're all gonna sit down, but like we do have like our moments where we're like, and that's holidays. Like, you know, like where we're like grateful.
Yeah.
Appreciate-
Appreciation,
thank you.
moment of silence to appreciate.
Yeah, thank you for the food. Thank you for
the
making another
help.
year.
Being
Yeah.
together still.
Dude, during the
Yeah.
holidays, we don't do like prayers. We just do like things we're like thankful for.
Yeah. Do you guys do anything for New Year's? Because Mexicans do like 12 grapes thing. Where like at midnight you have to eat 12
We
grapes.
were
Just get
kind
drunk.
of doing
Just get
it
drunk,
here
or-
and there. We just count down.
Yeah. Yeah, we do like 12 grapes, and each grape is like a wish you want for that year.
Some
that's
some
good.
of my cousins were like getting under the table for money or something.
Oh.
I've heard something like that.
And, like doing something else to get married. I don't know. I just let the grown ups get drunk, and then
Yeah.
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 Then she'd be like, "Hey, Happy New Year, 2024."
Transitioning.
Yeah.
Miguel,
Mhm.
do they have Halloween in the DR?
No.
No, you never celebrated
In fact,
Halloween.
no, I never celebrated Halloween. In fact, there was such a thing that when I came over here to the U.S., I was not really pushed towards celebrating Halloween because it was for immigrants, specifically Hispanic. Halloween is a thing that is associated with the devil.
Yeah. I heard that from my
Yeah.
Norwegian friends. They're
What
like,
kind
"We
of-
don't do that because
Christian is your family?
Catholic.
Oh, they're Catholic?
Yeah. I mean, we grew up kind of Catholic because ever since from the
So-
beginning, when I was like 8 years old, I told my dad, like, yo, why does the Bible not say, not mention dinosaurs in it? And then my dad couldn't give me a decisive answer. And then when my source of information can't give me a decisive answer at the time,
Done.
that's
You're
when I just done.
you don't know anything.
Don't
I
just-
know everything.
No, no. Well, I slightly felt like that.
Yeah.
But, and I also, because the thing is that my grandfather was also there, my dad's dad. And my dad's dad was like, well, when you grow up older, you're going to be able to find. So you just give me an open-ended answer.
Yeah,
and I'm
you're
like, motherfucker. You can't tell me this shit's fake, can't you?
Yeah, right.
You can't tell me.
If the boss of the boss isn't giving me a straight answer.
So
that's what you're division.
So I thought that's when I just gave
Yeah.
up on all religion, and every time they brought me to church, I just went to sleep. So I'm the worst person to ask about any Catholic.
I was
customs.
asking because I feel like Catholics are low-key not serious about anything. You know what I mean? Like, they're not that serious. That's why I'm, like, surprised. Like, I know it's associated with, like, demonic stuff.
But the thing is that, you know what's funny? When I was in DR, my dad was a little bit more in tune with religion because he grew up 7 days Adventist.
Okay.
But my mom didn't really care that much. You feel me? My mom's like, man, you whatever. Man, you don't have to go.
Yeah.
You know, and so when I came here, it kind of switched a little bit. My dad was more busy doing work, and then my mom was just getting more involved, getting that talk from her coworkers, like, "Hey, come to church, you know, that's for the devil," you know, because like, as a mother, immigrant coming here and raising your child in a whole different place, you're trying to protect your child from dangers that you don't even know about, you know. So you're gonna take the comments or the verbal poison of everybody because they just have more experience and you don't know nothing about it even.
It's also like, I think one thing that I heard one time is that church is one of like the only places, like, as an adult where you find like consistent community.
True.
In a way that you don't get anywhere else. Like, you know, when you're a kid, you go to school, so you see the same people every single day. That's like your social circle. You go to college, similar thing. You're living together now to a degree sometimes. But then when you become an adult, there isn't like a similar thing. So a lot of people turn to the church in those times because they're lonely. And especially I can imagine like moving to a new country. Your husband's working all the time. You got 2 kids. You don't know anyone.
Speak your language.
That's the only place where you find like community, like other Dominicans, other Latinos. That's the only place where you make friends.
And if your other fellow friend is telling you that's just for the devil, guess what? That's just for the devil.
Yeah.
Shit. Can't go to fucking no Halloween parties, no nothing. Can't go trick or treating. No, none of that.
Yeah.
So I grew up. Well, then again, when it was like time for me to do trick or treating, I was like already 13. Like,
you weren't gonna do that.
I'm the same way. Like when we came here, we started going to church. But at a certain point, my parents were just like, you know, you're gonna do good. You're gonna do good. You're gonna do bad. You're gonna do bad. You go to church. Just
my parents were the opposite. My parents were like, don't do nothing without you telling us. But then they didn't have the ability to really keep an eye on me because they were too busy working. So I was like, yeah, whatever. And as soon as I turn around, and as soon as I turn around, I just dipped. And I just did whatever, just smoking, partying, like just doing crazy shit, you know.
Me quiero drogar.
When I raise my Kundalini energy.
Wow, man.
Wow.
I guess
learning about life.
You come here as a first, like, and then you just like explore, bro.
Oh yeah, this whole American society was like a whole world map of.
The world is yours.
I was learning about so much shit. Like, it's funny how you say that, cause like, how you said how. My life right now is just about learning how everything is so fucked up. In the beginning.
Oh yes, before we started recording.
Yeah, when I came here, I was first finding out about all the cool things. And then slowly throughout high school, I was trying to, you know, like slowly getting attuned and more realizing of all the not so cool things about society, you know? Like, weed is cool, but then drugs can also affect you in a really bad way.
So you're learning your lessons as you go.
Yeah, you're like, oh shit, this shit's getting real. Yeah. And I realized that shit got real really, really fast. And it's just when I came here, you know?
Do you guys believe that... I'm sure you also, even though you're born here, you still get that because your dad worked a lot. Like as like a first generation, I seen a video where they talk about us getting instilled trauma from our parents from working so hard that we never see them like have a day off. We're always seeing them do something.
Yeah.
So then we become that
workaholics too.
Yeah, we're like, oh, we got to be doing something because if we don't, we're like guilty about it. How do you guys feel on that topic?
That's how I feel.
Yeah?
I feel like that because my dad is like that till this day.
Yeah.
Till this day. Like, I'm just realizing, he's just beginning to take a day off. Okay. And even on his days off, he's reading books, he's trying to do something. He's
there's always something going on.
So which is making me feel like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing with your life? You know? But then again, it's like a struggle because he's fought so hard for me to not have the struggles that he's had.
Okay.
So he's making it easy on me, but yet you want me to fight for something when you're making it easy on me, you know?
Yeah.
It's hard. Like, I'm not asking you to not provide me with all the tools that I need in this world, but like, to a certain extent, there needs to be a little room for like just failure.
Move
you
out
know?
then.
Huh?
Move out then.
That's easy. Mm-mm.
You want to
If I
struggle
had-
so bad.
If I
Leave.
had papers, I would go through that struggle that every other American person goes through. They go through that. When they go to college, they go through that struggle. You feel me? And they have that wiggle room to like fail. You feel me?
I think it's not that he wants to like he's making it comfortable for you. He wants to raise you up a little higher, so you're not at the same level as him. Like you're still gonna have your struggles.
No, yeah.
But you're where
But the
you
thing is
end
that
up.
I want to live up to him, but the thing is that he became him because he had those pressures. I don't
Okay.
have his pressures. I would crumble under the pressures that he grew up with. You feel me?
Yeah.
That motherfucker.
Because you're coming to a new country, having a whole family.
Not even that. Before, when he told me, like, when your age, I was doing this, I was doing that. I had 3 girlfriends, 2 jobs. I was racing.
It was that.
He was like, he was giving money to my grandma at the time for her to sustain herself. He was the man in the house.
It was like when I was your age, I used to walk 5 miles across
Yeah.
the river, go to school.
That type of shit.
Just to go to school.
Meanwhile, I'm just like tripping off a cart. Like, Dad, what are you talking about? like tweaking on my bed, like thinking
But
about.
at the same time, it's like you could say that, but it's also like, I don't know how many white kids like are tripping off a cart and they're like just fine. Like no, they're not going through struggle. Their parents set them up fine, and they're still doing fine. You know what I mean?
That's white kid. I'm doing white people shit when I'm a Hispanic. I'm not this type of luxury that I shouldn't have. You feel me? I'm supposed to be. So what I'm saying is that I'm wasting my time.
Give me your cart and give it to me. I don't want.
You're on the punishment.
So do you feel that anxiety?
If you're that
of, like,
serious about it.
I feel like I've been feeling that ever since I stopped going to college.
Okay.
Because when I was going through school, I was in the program.
You're in the groove.
I was in the
going
I was in the streamline. I was doing good. I was on good terms with everything.
Okay.
You know, it's like you would rather be either at war with yourself and at peace with the world, or at peace with the world and at war with yourself.
Okay.
So it got to that point with college, because then it got to the point where I couldn't find anything that I found passionate about.
Okay.
And then I didn't feel like I started to fail
Okay.
in school because I don't see the
point.
necessity, and I was going to see my dad's money because it was coming out of pocket.
Okay.
From him. So then that's when I stopped going to college, and then I just felt in this rut. Like, if I'm not going to college, then what am I doing?
Okay.
Then what is the purpose of like?
So you went through the whole guy graduates from college and can't find a job in this.
Yeah, but I didn't even graduate. I dropped out of college.
It's the same. I feel like it's the same thing though. If you think about it, like you just didn't graduate, but someone graduates sometimes and they just don't find a job. They can't get in the groove and they feel like that, and they're living back with their parents and they're like, yo, I'm not doing anything, wasting my time.
And then couple that with everybody around your age is moving out or doing other things, which looks like they're just advancing at life. Meanwhile, you're just like, what the fuck is wrong with me? I can't find. Everybody seems like they got their shit going on, or like at least they have a sense of idea of what they want to do.
I feel like maybe sometimes you feel like you're measuring with the wrong thing. Like you're measuring yourself with other people, but really internally you're measuring yourself with your dad. You're like, damn, my dad moved from a different country all the way here.
The dude literally carried the boats, bro. He does carry the boats.
I can't get out of my parents' house. I can't get, like.
My boy left. He left. He didn't even leave his parents' house. He left the country.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're like,
and I can't even leave my parents' house.
Internally, you're like looking at yourself like, damn, I can't even leave my parents' house. Like my man did all this, and I can't even do that, even though I'm at a better place. So I think that's what internally you're facing. What about you, Alyssa? Like, how do you feel like you have that trauma of or anxiety that you have to keep doing something?
Yes. There was a point where when I was a sophomore in college where I was working, I kid you not, like 6 days a week and going to school full time. And it was like stupid. Like there was no reason for it, but like I just like was doing it and it became too much. And like started doing poorly in school, and that's why I took like a very long extended break because I was just like,
Kim, I
need to.
the whole mentality of like a lot of people be like, oh, you're gonna like only you like people that are not really dedicated are gonna burn out. Like, no, you're gonna burn out.
No, you're gonna burn out. That's just something that happens.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I always think about? And I've talked about this with my brother, where it's just like, I am shocked. My parents did all the things that they did, and they like raw dogged it. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
They
That's
fucking
true.
raw dogged it. They didn't even abuse drugs.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's true.
They didn't even
'Cause
smoke
I was-
weed. They fucking did that shit raw. That's crazy.
I be taking a hit of my shit out of the mildest discomfort
Yeah.
in my life.
You're like,
I'm like, fuck, I gotta wait in line extra. Shit, I'm about to roll on something. This shit finna be a long wait.
I gotta tie my shoe. Fuck.
Fuck.
Let me hit my pen real quick. Yeah.
All right. So,
Yeah.
well, yeah.
Well, should we should we go on break and
Yeah, we
transition
should
to
go
the
on
other
break.
one?
Yeah. The
All right.
camera's
So
right over
the
here.
reason why I said transition before with Halloween is because we're gonna start to try some Halloween candy.
That's right.
And we're gonna rate them in the next segment. So
That's right. We're gonna
tune
give
back
you your
with
honest
us after this
opinion.
break. We're gonna do that.
Full grown opinion with full grown taste buds.
All right, guys, welcome back to the show. For this next part of the episode, we're going to be reviewing Halloween candy and rating them from the least liked to the most liked between us two.
I'm gonna rate it between consistency, taste, and pretty much that. Consistency and taste.
Consistency and taste?
Yeah.
How would they not be consistent?
Consistency, I mean like the texture, like
Oh, okay.
ice.
Yeah. Okay,
How
that
it
makes way
feels.
more sense.
Yeah.
So, to start, we're going to have Skittles.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't have to have your eyes closed. You don't have to
I wanted to be a
blind.
surprise. Okay.
Draw,
Yeah.
just put your hand in there and like whatever.
Alright,
whatever you
let
got.
me see. I want to see what color I get. I want to see that shit's purple or yellow. Yellow! I'm in
Yellow.
tune.
Do you want to do a couple colors?
Is it true that the Skittles taste different depending on the color, or is this like a
I thought it was just food coloring.
It's
I mean, I think so too, but I'm not really sure whether. Here,
I already
try
went
this
for it.
one.
So I already went for it.
It's
It's
a
alright.
It's alright. It's
I
alright.
gotta give them out of 10. Like out of 10. What would
Out
you
of
guys
10?
say? Yeah, out of 10. What is your Skittles rating?
Okay, so the cool thing about the Skittles, they got the snackability to be,
This guy.
be like this. Hey, what's good? They let you shake the Skittles and like pop a little bit in there, and they got a variety of like the different colors, so they come in different tastes too. You feel me? So like, I get it, I understand, but like, it's stuck to your teeth.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know?
really not loving that right now.
Pros and
Yeah,
cons.
well, it's stuck to your teeth. Me personally, I'm not a big sweets type of like. I don't like consuming just straight sugar. Like if I was to consume candy,
Needs
only
depth
sugar.
to it.
Chocolate.
It's just chocolate. Yeah. To be honest, that's just it. I'm a chocolate person. So personally, I'm always gonna give straight candy. The highest is gonna be a 6.
Wow. That's what I was thinking, like 6.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What's your take, Alyssa? What is your...
So, like I was
Just
telling you
like-
guys before, Skittles used to be like my favorite candy growing up, but now I've gotten older. I agree. It's just straight sugar. I like the lime flavor better than the strawberry flavor. That's the red one. This red one is just too sweet. There's just no complexity there. But I agree in that the size makes it more manageable.
Yeah.
Like if this was any bigger, it would be like
Too much.
a 2.
Overpowered.
But I'll give it a 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So far.
It's a little sweet. So sweet, man. It's a little too much to start with.
No Skittles endorsements
It's
coming
a
in.
little too. Yeah, we're not gonna get any Skittles.
It's rainbow. The
endorsements.
rainbow be empalagándome. That's a new Hispanic word of the day. Empalagándome.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna come out of here
I'm probably
with
doing
my blood sugar.
We're doing half.
Yeah, dude, it's really great that we do these shows past midnight because this is too much sugar to be having at this point in the evening. We're gonna be wired. Our blood sugar elevated. Oh, he's spitting out. He's spitting out. Are you sure it's a 6 if you're spitting it out?
It's like, I already
No,
had
what?
one.
Spitting what out?
This
gum,
Skittle.
that's gum.
Oh, that's gum. Okay.
Oh, you had
okay.
gum. That's good.
I thought
you
That's
said
good.
spit out.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. You got gum at 7-Eleven.
Yeah. Oh, let's try it.
Still have bites.
Yeah, I'm doing tiny nibbles.
Top tier. It's always top
Reese's
tier.
are amazing.
Reese's is top tier, always.
You got me, man. You got me. Chocolate peanut butter. You got me, man. Alright.
I agree.
This, well done. That execution, presentation. I mean, look at it. It comes with a little thing.
Corner Ramsey of like.
It comes with a little wrapper and everything, so you don't get your fingers
Presentation 10 out
all
of 10.
dirty. It has, you can like dress it twice, so there's like an experience. So,
Yeah.
so the
Wow.
This feels
the whole
fancy.
thing.
Never thought
And then
of
there's
it.
the chocolate from the outside. You bite into it, and then you get the contrast saltiness from the
Peanut butter, yeah,
and
it's
the-
like savory, sweet and savory.
Oh my goodness, it's like it's a whole roller coaster. Like your taste buds do not know what to do.
Never thought of it like that.
So good.
One thing
The
about
only
Reese's-
thing that's missing
Talk
about this
about-
one for me is like a little bit of a crunch.
I'll say like the crunchy ones.
Good.
Cause I think
Good
there's some
one.
that have peanuts in there. Like,
If it had like little peanut crunchy,
yeah, I think some of them do.
something
Yeah.
like that, you know. But overall,
It's just solid. Just solid piece of
7.5,
carne.
7.5 actually.
Yeah, 7.5 close to an 8, I would say.
Yeah, I would say like
Look,
8.
If you find this type of candy in your bucket at the end of Halloween, successful find.
Successful find,
Yeah,
absolutely.
good house if they give you one of these.
Okay.
If they give you Skittles, man, sorry. I hate to be.
With Reese's, I always feel like I always want more.
I
That's the
get
thing.
that.
That's when it gets.
Two is
That's
not
when you
enough.
know. That's when you know.
2 is not
That's
enough.
when you know. I'm gonna put them over here.
Next
One
one up.
I'm like, oof. Ah!
Kit Kat.
Okay, what I like about Kit Kat already, it's meant to share.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you can snap it and give it to your friend.
Oh, why not just
it's a-
open one? I take
Yeah,
one
yeah.
together. Yeah, that's genius.
Appreciate it.
Boom. See? Using
There
it
you
the
go.
way it's
Wow.
intended.
Exactly, share. It's about community. Kit
Yes,
Kats.
that little crack.
Yeah.
Kit
Or if
Kat
you wanna
commercials
be-
are genius with that, like,
Take a break. Take a break.
Exactly.
yeah.
Plus, if you want to be selfish and cheaper for yourself, it's like you got double the candy in one wrapper.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can. And it has a crunch. It has a wafer. Sorry, classic. Can't go wrong.
It's top tier. Top tier candy right now. Chocolate.
Now, I have to say, because it doesn't have that peanut butter though, it doesn't have the
It's
contrast.
straight sweet.
It's straight sweet. I realized. I don't
You
know.
know, I was trying to taste the difference between the two. This one's way more sweet.
Mm-hmm. The chocolate, you can tell, is way more chocolate. Way more chocolatey. Not saying
The
personally.
wafers are also sweet.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. Personally, if they make the wafers a little less sweet, maybe there could be a little contrast because this, it's too overbearing.
It's a
It's
little,
a
yeah.
little too much.
I
But I
agree.
can, but I like the fact. Yeah, it's good point. How you said it was too sweet. But I like the fact that it has that crunch, so that has a little bit of impact on everybody.
Okay.
You know.
So
That's
yeah, a
all.
little something. A little ooh.
So out of that one, I'll give it a solid 7.
Yeah.
Solid straight 7.
A
So-
step below
Yeah, it's just a tiny bit, but it's not
the
like a-
Reese's because I value the savory more than the crunch.
Okay.
They're still really good.
So the peanut butter gives it a little extra.
Now we're gonna do some nasty ones.
I already know what she's gonna say. This is not. Oh,
Oh yeah.
This-
This is
actually,
it's a rare find, honestly.
Almond Joy. I've never had none of these. One of these
Never
before.
had an almond joy?
No. I'm not a big candy per se. Didn't really celebrate Halloween, as we said before.
Reese's.
I'm enjoying it.
But let me tell you, I'm not a big fan of coconut either. So this might be a biased opinion. Never had
Even
it.
the smell, I'm not crazy about
That is true. I can smell the coconut
it.
already.
I can already smell the coconut. It's a little too much for me.
I mean.
Okay.
Oh nah. What is this, yo? The first impression, smushy in the inside. What the fuck is all this? I'm not even gonna taste the inside. I don't even
Damn.
wanna know what it
It's a
is.
0.
It's nasty.
Straight 0. Straight 0.
Straight. I mean, I'm not gonna give it a 0, just because I know.
Try it. Try the inside. You're gonna change your mind. You're gonna give it a 0.
I don't like coconut.
like, nah. Zero.
Zero.
Who thought about this?
This one is dead last.
Sorry, but I'm gonna give you a 3, bro. It's out of 10. You feel me?
So he's like actually rating it too. That's crazy.
So some people like coconut.
He's
So
like, I'm not trying to make no
solid 3.
enemies.
You're
Yeah,
such
yeah.
a people pleaser.
Oh,
Come
this is
on.
0.
You have to understand. No, if you mix fucking mint with chocolate, I'm gonna give you a.
Oh
0.
snap! We got a surprise for you.
I'm gonna give you a fucking -2.
Well, you got a surprise for you right now.
No, don't tell me. Don't do me like this, man.
Yeah,
Don't do me like that, man.
we have one in there.
Starburst. Then we're switching back from chocolate back to sweetness.
It's a very
Alright, let's switch things up. What do you want? Cherry or strawberry?
Hit me with it. I don't know. Dude, what type of diabetes am I gonna get? Oof! I'm gonna get the Pepto-Bismol flavor. Let's see. I'm already, like I said before, not a big sweet type of guy. I feel like if you're gonna eat candy and it doesn't turn into a gum, then what's the purpose?
Wow.
Cause like you just consume like there's no, you feel me? There's no value other than just.
I don't like that what you're going through right now. That.
Yeah.
I'm already feeling that.
Cause you know what it is? It's like you're supposed to like savor it, like just let it melt in your mouth.
Yeah,
but ain't nobody does that.
Ain't nobody.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I used to as a kid.
I tell you, alright.
It's like we got a show to do, you know what I mean?
Like, come
I
on.
can't be sitting here
Like just taking it sweet time. Like I need this now. I need this sugar.
Yeah,
now.
like it tastes like it should be bubble gum, but it's not bubble gum, so it's pissing me off.
I just don't like the material.
2.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a 2.
Do either of you like saltwater taffy?
Who?
Salt. I never had saltwater taffy.
No, I don't know
You
what the
should
fuck
have.
is
It's
that.
like all over AC.
No.
In Atlantic City, they have like saltwater taffy shops.
I want to go find some.
I never-
We gotta
That
try
shit
it.
is like this times
Oh,
like 100.
never mind.
So fucking
Oh,
like.
never mind. I'm not.
Never
You're
mind.
literally,
I
you're
thought
like
you got-
gnawing on it for like 45 minutes and it's still in your teeth.
You got jaw like a fighter.
Alright, I'm putting this out because
Yeah.
I'm.
Nah,
I'm
you're
not
not
gonna
even
do it right
fine.
now.
The only candy that I would say that I would like, that I actually like, I would go and buy would be Jolly Ranchers, the cherry one.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically that.
Mm-mm.
But other than that,
This one I give like a 3 out of 5. It's not horrible. I give it a higher rating than I'll enjoy, of course.
wouldn't go after my way of. You,
Classic.
Now she just pulling out the grandfather of chocolates over here.
You
She
wanna
pulling
split
out
this?
the go.
She said
Come on,
the OG.
Come on. I don't even.
You can never go wrong.
You can't go wrong. I mean, when you think of s'mores, what chocolate are you thinking of?
Yep.
Hershey, bro. When
Yep.
you giving out a kiss, what chocolate are you giving up? What you thinking? Hershey, bruh.
Hershey's holiday.
It's
Hershey's all
Hershey.
around.
Hershey is.
Do you want a piece of
Classic.
that?
I'll take a piece.
I give you a
Yeah,
you,
let's
you,
go.
you get my hands in the shot.
There we go.
Yeah.
Hershey is such a popular, such a grandfather of chocolate. They have cloud cocoa. They have Hershey chocolate decorating like just
You gotta have an amusement park.
like syrup. Yes,
There's an amusement park.
perfume. Now this is a classic
Mm-hmm.
That's
It's
perfect.
rich.
It's perfect.
chocolate. Can't go wrong with this chocolate, man. It's straight to the point. It's straight chocolate, but it's all you need.
But
It's
not too
sweet enough.
Yeah, it's not too sweet.
It's not too sweet. I agree because, and I keep going
Fact.
back between trying one and the other because this is so sweet. Like
Yeah.
I will say, this is just so sweet. Whereas this one, I feel like is a lot more mellow.
Yes, it really lets you taste the chocolate. It really gives you that chocolate flavor, like in the bag. Like this, and remember, this is a natural thing.
You
feel
know,
me?
like
No.
it's consistent. So like when you're young, you have Hershey, and you get old, you still have Hershey. It tastes the same.
It tastes
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah.
It tastes the same. You like that consistency. The fact that you know you're gonna have this and you're gonna like it. It's a reliability. Now, you mix the Hershey with a little bit of crunch, game changer. I would feel like
They
if
have
they
almonds.
they have almonds.
S'mores.
They have almonds.
Yeah, that's yeah.
I love Hershey almonds, bro.
Now we're going with a wild card today. A lot of people don't like them. Personally, oh wait. The rating Hershey's 9.
Oh, right! I
Nine,
forgot
okay.
about rating the Hershey's.
9. I'm not gonna give it a 10 because
It could always do better.
it's 10 is perfection. 10 would be the chocolate like
You're just giving it a 9 because it's just chocolate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it an 8.
Definitely.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it an 8 because I'm also thinking about it in terms of like what I've rated so far. Actually, I might have to give it an 8.5 or like
Is
an
that
8.
fucking good?
Whatever. I'm gonna say my ranking so far would be first
Bottom.
Hershey's,
Oh, top.
then
Oh, yeah.
Reese's,
Okay.
then
Then Kit
Kit Kat, then Skittles,
Skittles, yes, definitely.
then Starburst,
and
then Almond Joy.
Yeah.
Almond Joy
Joy's
is
such
dead
a
last.
dick.
But we're gonna do
Sorry.
Twix next. One time I asked on Instagram polls, I asked people what their favorite candy was because I'm personally more of a Snickers girl versus a Twix girl. But most people, Twix won. So just to say, you might be right.
Appreciate it. Now Twix,
Here's an interesting thing.
because Twix wants to do a lot of things in one.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks,
Left and right on it.
Yeah, that's a good marketing thing.
It's a
It's
cookie
kind of like
bar.
the Kit Kat, but they took it to the next level. They still have that sharing capability. Now, the cool thing is that once you get into Twix, you get into caramel territory.
Yeah.
Some people are not a big fan of caramel.
Ooh.
Me personally, I don't mind a little bit of caramel in my thing. You feel me? You can overpower the caramel. You feel me? You can overpower with the caramel to the chocolate. So that's why Twix comes in and cuts that caramel with
The
a
cookie.
crunch. Yeah, the cookie. And the
Yeah.
cool thing about the cookie in the Twix is that it's the best cookie in every other chocolate. Cause the Kit Kat you have that wafer, but that wafer is just a wafer. It's just mostly air. It's just there for the crunch. The cookie in the Twix is a
Okay.
actual snap. You see, there's actual feeling to it. So there's
My
actual.
man knows what he's talking about.
Bro, I'm a retarded badass.
I'm really going like one with the other, like nibble here, nibble
Man's
here.
like, I know the depth.
So when
Twix.
yeah, come on.
That's
I know,
trash,
like,
bro.
I'm a chocolate connoisseur.
Ooh, Twix, boo.
But hey, man, I'm gonna explain you why Twix is the it's like a next level of a Hershey. Cause Hershey is like Hershey. They do one thing and they do it nice. They do it to perfection. It's chocolate. They know how to deliver chocolate to you. Twix, it's like jack of all trades type of deal.
They do
Now-
the cookie, the caramel, and the chocolate.
And the chocolate.
I
Now,
see.
I'm not saying that they're the best. It's a jack of all trades, master of none. Got you? I'm not saying you're the best
Okay.
at one specific thing,
It's kind of like that thinking, yeah.
Yeah.
but you offer a little bit of everything, so with everything together, it makes into the experience of a Twix, which is just uncomparable. And I have to say, the cookie carries most of the way.
I feel like they're doing too much.
And it's my favorite. It's my mom's favorite chocolate. So
Okay.
I feel like I
Solid
don't
eight.
care for the cookie enough.
So
I don't care for the cookie enough.
Okay.
The cookie, like, none of this is providing, like, the hints of savory or anything like that, which is kind of, like, my thing,
I
but...
feel like, yeah.
And the cookie, I'm not, like, super interested. I don't know, I'll just eat a cookie separately.
I can see how the caramel can get stuck in your teeth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Twix is definitely not one of mine.
Hey,
I would
like
rate
Milky
this
Like Milky Ways.
above Kit Kat, below Hershey.
Okay.
Okay, I can
So-
respect that.
In between.
7.75.
I can
Okay,
respect
so
that.
we were
There you
breaking
go.
it, we were getting it out.
There you
Okay.
go.
That's nice. Oh,
What is this?
that's what you hated. I told you.
York peppermint
Peppermint
patty.
Woo.
I don't. The thing with this is that
I love
my biggest
York
issue with the York peppermint patty is it is much too large.
That is true.
Something with mint and chocolate should not be this large. It should be like a bite
I
size.
refuse to eat this.
It's like, you know what is
Let's
perfect?
split one in half.
The Valley mints that they give at Olive Garden, I believe, and they're like very,
Yes,
they're like cheeky
exactly.
size. They're like this, they're really small.
Exactly.
Those
these
are perfect.
These are meant to be after dinner desserts.
Yes.
Like after dinner, whatever, refresh your palate, whatever. Here, you get the smaller one. Boom.
Yeah, apparently.
This is much too large.
Apparently,
This-
mints
these
is
are
good for like
noodles.
your digestive system or something like that.
Which makes sense why they put them out in restaurants,
Yeah.
but I'm like, why the fuck are you buying a York peppermint patty?
I'm sorry.
Solana bought the candies.
Someone's getting it from my house, so
It ain't.
some kid that's coming trick or treating
It's
in
like
my
some
house.
dentist type candy.
I got some dentist type
Oh,
candy.
sorry.
If you show if I show up to you, if I was a kid and I show up to your house and you give me this shit, I'm spitting back at it. Actually, bro, I'm spitting this shit, bro. I'm handing you back this thing. Like it's okay, man. It's alright.
Do better. Be
It's
better.
alright, it's alright.
Keep it for yourself.
Keep it for yourself. You
It's
need
alright.
it. You need
Give
it.
it to the next.
You only bought it because you wanted it. That's what it was.
This one, I'm sorry. Anybody who likes mints and chocolate together, you need to have your brain rewired.
I guess I
Find some
gotta
ayahuasca or something.
Rewired.
Dude, listen, if it's a bite-sized thing, like the Olive Garden chocolate mints,
Yeah.
I'm down for that. I
Yes,
love
I
that.
love
This
those.
thing, I
Too
can't get
much,
through
yeah,
that.
too much.
Next
It's
with
too
the
much.
almond, next with the almond joy.
I didn't even taste
Yeah.
it.
-1.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Below the almond joy.
Below
Yeah.
Almond Joy?
Yeah, I guess I can.
No, I still do like a step up Almond Joy.
Okay. So he's like, I can still do coconut with peppermint.
I just don't make. It just don't make.
It don't mix. It don't mix.
It's like chicle. It's like chicle and chocolate.
A baby Ruth?
A Baby Ruth.
Ooh,
I was
okay.
trying to
So
get those.
now these are like the ones that are like fuck it. You might as well just eat them, like, cause these are the last ones that you get.
Yo,
I agree.
Last of the bottle.
That's
It's
true
like
though.
chocolate,
You're like,
and
what?
you're like, fuck, man.
You're like, I got
But
nothing. I got nothing else.
That's it. This is the chocolate you get when you go to the projects.
I
You go to Martin Luther King Avenue, you gonna get okay? They're reliable. They get the job done. You wanna have something else.
I put them on the same tier as a Tootsie Roll. Like, you know, just there at the
Tootsie
bottom of the pile. We just put them
You
You know what's funny? I was
know it's
asking.
fucking low quality when the fucking shade of the chocolate is just what is
Dusty.
It's dusty. It looks like it looks like a shit, bro. It literally
Yo.
looks like a
It's
turd,
lumpy
man.
that way.
My boy.
Also, I know I've been asking all these other candies for a savory element to it, but
Baby
It's
Ruth
not
was
it.
nothing. Baby Ruth was just like marshmallow texture.
oh, they do
Wait,
have
wait.
nuts in this.
Oh.
One key, okay, they do have nuts. Cool. Alright, whatever. Can't do it like Hershey does it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The nugget,
New.
there's like 90% nugget, 5% chocolate, and then 5% almond. Like, what is this?
It's too much of it.
It's too much. What the fuck is even nugget? What is that? It's just sweetness. It's another version of just straight sugar candy. I'm alright. I'm gonna give it 4.
Okay.
I'm not gonna be it's not as disgusting as the other two, but
Okay.
4.
I give it the same. I will give Baby Ruth the same.
I'll rate it above Skittles. Under all the chocolates, though.
Okay, so bottom
Yeah.
chocolate, top
Bottom,
candy.
definitely.
Yeah.
Top of candy.
Above the fucking almond joy though. Almond joy and the other one,
Look
the
over
yours,
your
they're so bad on. Just for full disrespect.
Last but not least, we got my favorite.
Hey.
Now this is a tough fight. Cause like
You're gonna tell me Twix and Snickers is like, nah.
I already had one of these before we started filming, so I think we know what my answer is gonna be.
listen, you guys are falling prey to the marketing.
What marketing?
You know yourself.
Nah.
Snickers
Nah,
has
you
the
know
best
yourself.
marketing. Snickers has had the best marketing of all the chocolates. Let's give it. Let's keep it a buck. You guys are brainwashed.
It's fair, you're not you when you're hungry. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Bro, I had Snickers was in my blood since like middle school.
Snickers is like
You see, but this has like a.
this not.
What's the sugar at the bottom? Is this like a cookie? What is that?
Let's see, because the thing is that Snickers is another thing. It's another one that wants to do all of it at once.
And it is doing all of it, is what I'm saying.
But they do it perfection.
Because they have like a cookie thing going on at the bottom, they have caramel, they have nuts, they have the chocolate.
So they don't have a cookie thing. It's a nugget, just like the other one.
But it's a smaller amount, and I feel like it's firmer, so it feels like cookie.
True. And they keep the crunch from the almond.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like Twix, but they do it differently.
Yeah.
It's another classic, just like Hershey. Can't go wrong. Personally, I don't know. This is the one that I have to be a hater on. This is the
This
one
one's
that,
gonna be my number one.
this is gonna be the
Sorry.
one that people go crazy over, and I'm gonna have to be the one motherfucker. The one motherfucker.
This ain't it. He's like, this ain't it. say Nick?
It's like kids chocolate, you know. If you like, you go
Oh,
out.
I'm sorry, your Twix is so mature.
It's like.
He's like, you don't understand artistry.
It's like, yeah. Like,
I see what I'm saying.
You don't know what I'm
Before I was
talking
really interrupted.
Oh, across his legs. Like, I'm gonna talk to you like a grown man.
So
About to get sassy here.
once you grow over those
We're
childlike.
both older than you. What do you mean,
Once
bro?
you grow, let me explain.
Maybe you're the
Let me
childish
explain.
childish
Let me
perspectives.
explain. Once you grow older, those childish taste buds, you're gonna start realizing the better, like just the better qualities in life, the finer things, finer
okay.
chocolates.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll get
And you're
there.
just gonna end up in
Well,
a Hershey.
Okay.
Hershey's like wine. Everybody wants to. Oh, let's get crazy, drink tequila, get drunk.
Okay.
But you just have wine at the end, bro. Like just.
So Hershey's
good, it's not
the
bad for
wine.
you, you know.
Hershey's the wine.
Hershey's the wine.
So what's the tequila?
Tequila is like
All the other shit.
tequila. I'm gonna say is either Twix or Snickers. That's like you know, like just
Okay.
but like
So your number one is going to be Hershey still?
yeah.
Okay, that's fair. That's really fair.
That's classic. Can't go wrong. It's like Apple. Can't go wrong with it, you know.
True and true.
Classic.
True and true.
True. Just proven.
So Snickers is your number one.
Snickers is my number one,
Snickers.
followed by Hershey's, followed by. I believe I put Twix at third, actually, or like.
Snickers.
You can throw it back in the, you can throw it back in the bucket.
I'll throw it back in the
Back in the
bucket.
bucket.
That way we can throw it away.
Yeah, not the bucket.
And then. I forget the order that I did everything else, but I'm sure Solano will consolidate the list and
We're kind
list
of
what I
we're kind of
said.
together, but
I'm just gonna edit it.
The only-
like,
yeah.
Boom, something, boom, boom.
Yeah.
the only part where I feel like I don't agree with you is with Snickers. I wouldn't put Snickers so high up. Just
I
personally.
wouldn't put Twix so high, but hey.
Hey, you guys are hating.
To each their own.
You guys are hating.
What
Twix-
we want to
Twix
hear
are-
from you guys when we drop this podcast is what do you prefer?
Yeah.
Snickers or Twix? Or
Well,
how would you
well-
rank the candies we had today on the show?
Or
we
you
want to
can
know
just
that.
come with some random ass chocolate we never haven't heard about. You know.
We like recommendations.
What about that Milky Way?
Word.
Ooh,
that
I
fake-
like Milky Ways too.
It's like that fake version of Snickers
That's true.
or that Crunch.
I love
Oh,
Crunch.
you love
Crunch is like another one that's like
Couldn't
it's
get
like
Crunch.
Hershey and it's simple but they should do it
I
right.
couldn't find it in the variety pack, honestly. I was trying to get as much as I could.
Darn, they're not owned by the same conglomerate?
Yeah, nah. We were just
What
dissing
about-
the same company this whole time.
Let me see about other ones. The white
Oh.
cookies and cream Hershey. That is my weakness.
I've never had that.
Nah.
It's not real. It's not real.
I was
chocolate.
like,
Oh, yeah.
I know it's like
Weakness.
Payday,
Payday,
100
yeah.
gram bar.
Haven't
Yeah,
had
they
that.
have all those different ones that.
Zero. Have you seen Zero?
Nah.
It's
Nerds,
fresh.
do you guys remember Nerds?
Nerds.
I used to love Nerds when I was a kid.
Yeah, that's another snackability ability. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Or
just throwing-
Smarties.
Smarties? Oh, the little.
I used to
the little
pretend
tubes.
I was doing.
Lemonheads.
Yeah, no, not. You know what Smarties are? The little candies that had
You
different
know what
colors. They were little
Smarties are.
suckers.
The little pot, the little like tab, like
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
Yeah.
per 30s.
Yeah. I was gonna say when I was little, I used to pretend I was hard as fuck popping those.
Yeah,
I'm addicted.
I'm addicted.
Wiggy
My
card.
nails, let me take my nails. Nah, but good podcast.
Thank you guys for joining us. We hope to hear which ones you guys like better, Twix or Snickers, or
Twix over
what
there.
your candy ranking
You know.
is.
Okay, join. You know where the right choice is. Snickers. I mean, Twix.
Ah!
no.
He
No,
let that
Hershey,
slip.
Hershey,
that was a
Hershey.
Freudian slip.
Hershey on the low. Hershey on the way.
Hershey on the low, I can agree with that.
Hershey is your low.
Best standard chocolate. And we'll see you next week, guys. Bye.
Peace.